Hey guys, what's going on? Back with another zombies video. And I just want to touch on something really quickly to remind people that we're a month away from the real 115 day, which is actually November 5th. It's the more canon date in zombies, and especially if you're a Black Ops 2 Transit Buried Die Rise fan, because that is based off the Back to the Future trilogy. If you watch Back to the Future 3, that's what Buried is based off of. It's a western town and stuff like that. But in the original Back to the Future, I think November 5th at 1:15 at night is when it's either Doc or Marty actually goes back to the back to the past, because the movie starts out in 1985, um, and Doc gets killed, so Marty has to go back to 1955, and stuff like that. So that's the more canon one, and it's also the date that Max's, Samantha's father, dies in real life. They are based off of real people. Something else I just wanted to kind of point out. I won't mention who it is, just because it's actually real people, and it can cause some problems. I'll leave it at that. Secondly, next thing I want to move on to is, if you watch this video, it's going to have a lot of spoilers. It's going to have a lot of what's coming down the road. But at the same time, don't be discouraged in making your own theory videos or any video itself. Because I do watch a lot of theory videos. I myself personally don't make theory videos because I know it causes a lot of problems, and I know there's a lot of trolls on the internet, Twitter, that they're not happy because they can't figure stuff out. Their favorite YouTubers can't figure stuff out. But I personally love watching theory videos. I do try and help people out to go down the right path, instead of just really doing theories. There are other people in the community that they basically just make lies and say that like stuff changes. They make a bunch of stuff and then pretend that like, oh, it got changed, but in actuality it was never the case. They just make fake videos, I guess is the best way to put it. But theory videos I love. Fake videos I hate. I don't like those. I rather people say, hey, this is something I think might happen. So this though is gonna have a lot of spoilers and what's coming down the road. So if you don't want to see any of that, just wait till the game comes out November 13th. Um, which leads me to the next point. I was not gonna make this video, but there's a lot of haters, I guess, that I have now because of a couple reasons. But I'm just gonna go for the sake of this video that I can figure stuff out faster and quicker than most people. In the same reason, like I mentioned before, they can't do it. They can't piece a couple thoughts together. And I was gonna just let Cold War play out, let everybody get surprised on what's coming and stuff like that. But then when people kind of like challenge you, and that's why I have Michael Jordan on screen, is because it's called like the Michael Jordan gene, where like you don't back down from a challenge from anyone. When people question you and stuff like that, you don't back down from them. You go back at them really hard. So this is just going to prove to everyone that I know what's going on. Which brings another statement that I wanted to say. It's always, there's a saying that the person who talks the most knows the least, and the person that talks the least most knows the most. And that's just something I wanted to kind of mention also real quickly before I get into the video. That I was gonna just let Cold War play out, watch people discover stuff on their own. I like watching reaction videos. I like watching theory videos, but because everybody's been a little bit more toxic again, um, because when they see you solve stuff, they just get mad, and a lot of them are kind of simps. They simp on bigger YouTube channels, and they're kind of trolling. They're like minions. They go out and do like the dirty work for the channels, and then they go report back to them. They're kind of like simping on other YouTubers, which is kind of strange in itself. But it's just a different generation from when I grew up. Like I said again, referencing the Michael Jordan thing. Growing up, Michael Jordan's hands down the best athlete ever. He never backed down from everybody. He's very successful. He strives for perfection. So when people start challenging, thinking they know more than me, it's just because I don't say anything, and I don't want to. I like taking a back seat. I did a lot of researching. I do a lot of researching for my own. I don't make videos on stuff, and I just show it to the devs that, hey, look, I figured this out. This was a really cool Easter egg. I don't rarely do I make videos. I think probably since 2017 I might have made maybe 20 videos, if anything, and it's just major solves that I thought, or solves that I like and appreciated. So people think because I'm not like an active YouTuber as far as zombie YouTuber that I don't know what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. I watch everyone's videos. But anyways, more people are trying to challenge me, thinking they know more than me. So anyways, that's pretty much a couple things I wanted to go over real quickly. But here we are into the actual meat and potatoes of the video. So what I'm going to discuss for you is what the real machine is that's in the trailer. As you see in the background, I'm just going to kind of go over some stuff, just in case, like I said, some people can't see stuff, and I know that might have been my fault in the past, is I just assume people see stuff like I see it. But if you don't, you're seeing the machine getting powered up, and I don't have any clips because of copyright reasons. I don't want to run into that issue and have to re-record stuff multiple times like people do. I just kind of do this all in one shot, and whatever happens, happens. If I trip over my words, it is what it is. But basically, in the trailer, you see, or guess what it's showing you is there's a machine that gets powered up, and there's a big ball of, let's say, matter, or just ball of energy that gets formed, and in the trailers, it shows that there might be zombies coming out from that. So maybe in some sense it's what is creating the zombies, or where the zombies might be coming from. Or you have to power up the machine. I don't, same thing, like I said, I don't want to get into too many theories. I just want to tell you what the machine is, but at the same time I kind of show you what you might have missed. Like I said, it's a machine that gets powered up, and it's creating some type of purple, probably more than likely dark ether. And here's another view of the machine. And the thing that I wanted to point out, this is going to lead into what it actually is. It's a circular machine. I'm going to try and use my mouse actually. And you'll see it in the video when you play it. I'm not going to play it, but what it is, you see stuff spinning, maybe like in here, spinning around, and then something shoots out from here. It's kind of like, I don't know what I can think of it. Let's think of it like a pasta maker. Maybe it spins the pasta, then it extrudes out from here of some sort, or maybe a juicer or something. Like maybe it spins and it spins the fruit, and then it spits out the juice here. That might be the best way to describe it. And then same here, you see what the outcome of the particles are spinning, and then on the platform is what comes out of it. So what it actually is it's a particle accelerator, and what it does, it spins particles in opposite directions. And maybe I can well, let me just read this and I'll get to the next one, then I'll go down, explain it a little bit better. So a particle accelerator is an apparatus for accelerating subatomic particles to high velocities by means of electric or electromagnetic fields. The accelerated particles are generally made to collide with other particles, either as research or technique, as a research technique for the generation of high energy X-rays and gamma rays. I'm just going to kind of skip ahead real quick. So these are the particle accelerators. This one over here is going to be the best photo. So it has two circles that start out inside of each other, but then over here they kind of cross each other, and that's where the particles collide. This is on a grander scale, but then at the same time you can kind of see from the trailer how these are what's on the screen. Some people might think that it might be the next zombie map location, the circles. I've also heard that maybe the nuke's gonna explode, and this is the diameter of the nuke. But what they're actually showing, and this is how everything's gonna tie into other locations that the zombie outbreaks happen. These particle accelerators are all over the earth. Each country pretty much has their own, or think of it like what was that weather? I forget what it's called now, but it's in Alaska. It's the weather where it controls the weather. I forget. But anyways, think about that. Each country has their own, and I know in that they wanted to control the weather to kind of win the war and stuff like that. So think of it kind of the same thing. These are particle accelerators all over the earth. Now, there's going to be um, kind of a theory to what happened, but let's just say somebody invents a way or figures out a way to collide the particles together, which happened in real life. So what happens when you collide particles together? It creates dark matter or dark ether. And it says dark matter is an invisible dark matter makes up most of the universe, but we can only detect it from its gravitational effects. I'm not going to read too much of this. Really quick, I'm going to skim through it. The thing that I want you to notice is the biggest particle accelerator, which is also called the Large Hadron Collider, it's in Europe. I believe it's in Switzerland. We don't know yet, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get into theories. I'm just giving you some answers because we don't know exactly how it's all going to come about. So basically, somebody figured out a way, and it's probably going to be 115. I'm assuming. Maybe they found 115 rock buried, or from the asteroids, or in Morasco, where the field is, or dig sites, I guess might be the best way. So somebody probably found that 115, when you put it in a particle accelerator, can help you create dark matter, dark ether, black holes, and either through time travel. So this might be how we're going to be able to go maybe forwards and backwards in time, or to different locations. Maybe somehow through, I guess, I think they might have used it in Avengers, but I'm not exactly 100% sure. But when you collide particles together, and some people might be right, they just don't have the proof. They're just going by, and that's why I say sometimes it's a theory, which I don't mind, but I'm just showing you the proof behind everything. Like, I do my research and I just show you the proof. When you collide particles together, they create dark matter that makes up the universe, or dark ether, that you can use. And dark matter is a form of energy that you can use to, like, create weapons. So that's probably what they're going to use. They're going to use dark matter or dark ether to create weapons and stuff like that using 115. I'm assuming, like I said again, they're going to put 115 inside the particle accelerator, and maybe have the particles go in opposite direction, and when they collide, like in the first photo, like I do this a lot, I flip through back and forth. So when you smash two things together, let's say you smash like an apple and a banana together, and you get like a new fruit. That's basically the concept of a particle accelerator. You smash stuff together, and this is why some people might actually be right. They just don't have, people don't go a little bit further. They need to go further in their research. When you smash stuff together, and this is the more realistic, not so fantasy, because I know people didn't like the Blundell, Apothicon fantasy stuff. So everybody wanted the more scientific aspect of zombies. And something else I need to point out real quickly, there might be a particle accelerator in Washington State, next to where transit is. So you can kind of see where Treyarch is going with this, that the particle accelerators, maybe somebody figured out a way by using 115, and maybe that's how the Earth is going to become the way it has, or maybe you go back and forth between light light ether and dark ether. So there are particle accelerators throughout Earth. And again, really quickly, dark matter, dark energy, stuff that's created when you smash particles together. And then there's a lot more, and like I tell people, this is kind of showing you where to go. There's more about, there's theories, even in science, that when you smash particles together, they bend the universe or multiple universes together. So it's going to be a little bit interesting to see where they go with that. So another thing, the largest one, like I said, is in Switzerland, France, and this is where I think people might have gotten a little bit confused, or maybe jumped to conclusions that maybe it was just showing you, hey, this is the next location, but it's actually showing the outline of a particle accelerator. Like I said, they go in opposite directions. I mean, it looks like one line, but it's actually probably two lines there. And they just smash particles together to create new particles. And obviously, they're going to do it to create dark energy. Just some more examples and locations. They're all over the Earth. Every country kind of has their own. But the Large Hadron Collider is the most popular one and it's the biggest one. Which at the time, this was, look how big look how small this is. That was the old one. And they created the new one, which is 4 times bigger. Now, the scary part is when you smash stuff together, people really don't know what's going to happen. So that's where it says it's going to send us into maybe dark ether or create a whole bunch of craziness that's going to happen. I'll put it that way. So another thing I wanted to kind of touch, that was just kind of show you what it is, what the machine is. Like I said, I'm not going to go too much further. It's a particle accelerator. The biggest one is called the Hadron Collider. But this is stuff that Infinite Warfare and Call of Duty have hinted at us. And if you look at the Rainbow Tactical, it says Good Luck Charm, Newtonian, Reprogrammed, and Light Runner. And those are all hints to where we're going in zombies. And I'll show you real quickly. So the Good Luck Charm, if you look at the way it looks, it was hinting at, okay, you know what? How should I do this? Okay, so the word Good Luck Charm, if you read here, and this is where we get the group Omega from, the particles were found to be excited states. This is after they did an experiment, maybe smashing particles together. There's a new particle that was called the Omega C0, and this is where group Omega comes in. I guess they're the ones that were smashing or using the machines to create or trying to discover dark energy, dark ether. So they got their name from the particle maybe that they created, which is the Omega C0. And the Omega C0 contains 3 quarks, containing 2 strange and 1 charm quark. So that's why that gun is called Good Luck Charm, because it's hinting at the backstory for the particle accelerator. And it talks about the Omega decays via the strong force and stuff like that. Again, more stuff you can read on your own. So this is why, and this is obviously a better photo, but if you look at the stain, I'm going to say a stain, but it's not really a stain, in the middle, where the particles accelerate on the outside in opposite directions, they probably smash into each other, and this is a smaller one. If you look at the center of it, it looks exactly like the center of the gun, or the way the gun. So this is back in July, they released this bundle. Again, so I'm going to go kind of move along, but like I said, more stuff you can look at on your own. Really quickly, I probably should have had it after each one. So if you look at Reprogram, that was hinting at what the cover art was going to look like. And before I get into that one, I'm just going to backtrack real quickly. Newtonian science or Newtonian gravity is what particle acceleration is all about. And Light Runner is basically, I think it's another name for the particle accelerator. Or I know when you smash particles together, it also creates light. So I think you get light ether and you get dark ether from when you smash particles together. So that was just something. Like I said, you can kind of Google all that stuff together for yourself. Good luck charm, particle, Newtonian, and just cross-reference it with particle accelerator. You get all your answers. So where all this comes from, or might be leading to, in the Cloverfield paradox, because I remember mentioning it to a couple of people. I said I would love something in the Cloverfield universe for that same exact reason. Everything happens all over the earth. Like, I was sick and tired of I hate to say it that way. I was sick and tired of the whole Tunguska 115 crash. I'm like, why do we not know what happened? I would love to know what happened all over the earth at other meteorite sites. Why did they not create other zombies? Or can we have a story where it happened somewhere else besides Siberia? So in the Cloverfield paradox, they put the particle accelerator in outer space, and they accelerated particles together because Earth was running out of energy. When they collided the particles together, it fused some of the galaxies together. And I guess that's the micro and macro scale of everything. When you smash and collide particles together, you can accidentally smash and collide universes together. One universe might have happy humans on it. Another universe might have monsters that want to kill you. When you fuse them together, they bleed into each other's galaxies. And that's what the Cloverfield paradox is about. Why there were monsters, and I guess the same thing with Cold War zombies. We're getting zombies and we're getting monsters coming through from other galaxies or other dimensions, I guess. I guess dimension. No, not even dimension. I'm just gonna stick with galaxies. Or dimensions. Sorry, dimensions might actually be the better word. And just like I said, I tell people I usually like having proof for everything. When I'm gonna just so I don't mess up his name. When the studio creative director was talking during the reveal trailer, he had an almost similar scene as in the Cloverfield paradox. Obviously, they did that on purpose. He has his beard, and he's both having thick frame glasses. Might have even been photoshopped on there. I'm not 100% sure, because I looked him up on online. I don't think he wears glasses in real life. It looks like it might be photoshopped in there or something like that. But anyways, it was there to mimic when they interviewed an author that created the Cloverfield paradox within the movie. So the name of the movie was Cloverfield Paradox, but in the movie there was an author, I guess, that wrote a book that spoke about what would happen if you collide too many particles together or too big of it. It can fuse dimensions together, galaxies together, no, universes together. I keep messing up the words. So you might fuse, or you will fuse universes together. And like the multiverse theory, how they're all layered on top of each other. But if you start smashing particles, you might actually jump into other universes. Really quickly, like I said before, particle accelerators are all over the Earth. And this is just a website from Wikipedia. It says list of accelerators in particle science. So maybe that's how they would go about having the events happen all over, is maybe a scientist or something like that uh, creates dark matter, dark ether, dark energy, and it creates zombie outbreaks in different locations. Or they could do like the movie where they did it out of in space and just kind of messed up our universe, and you might not even need the other particle accelerators in the story from all over the Earth. It could just be zombie outbreaks that like the zombies kind of just pop out of nowhere. I guess the best way to say it is they pop from the other universe into our universe. I think that's pretty much it. I was gonna say about season 6, but I don't remember now. Oh, the other thing I wanted to kind of point out, what it looks like they're doing, Call of Duty, is it looks like they're gonna maybe spin off their own zombies mode, kind of like what they did with Warzone, where Warzone was maybe like the test. What they did, Warzone's gonna, like they said, connect all the games together. So it looks like that's where we might go, or we're probably gonna go down with zombies. All the zombies gonna start connecting. There's gonna be a zombies spin-off game. I'm gonna say spin-off is probably the best word to use, and it's gonna kind of connect all the zombie modes together. Instead of just creating a new zombies experience, it should be continuing to the next game, which I guess I've heard it might be Sledgehammer after this. So maybe it's gonna connect somehow. I don't know if it's just gonna be the same story with the particle accelerator, dark ether, dark energy going to the next game. But that's what it looks like to me. Warzone obviously is the most successful battle royale to date. I think it has like almost 100 million players. It's the most popular game by far right now, and mode within Call of Duty, to be honest. So it looks like they're going to probably do the same thing where you can probably just play, to get more people to play it, you can just download Call of Duty Zombies. Let's just call it Zombies Warzone, just for lack of a better word or whatever. Let's call it Zombies Warzone, and it's going to connect down the road to, or just maybe Call of Duty Zombies might just be the best word, or like Call of Duty Zombies Universe or something like that. Or when the new game comes out, it's gonna connect and just keep going and continuing to the new game If you ever want to go like out of space or in the future, then they could just have the characters or the storyline somehow time travel to the future or time travel in the past, instead of starting over and people just kind of hating on the new zombies mode. They can just kind of keep continuing that they're doing like with Warzone. That's what it looks like it's going to me. Is just going to be a new spin-off game. Warzone was the test pilot, I guess you can say, of them connecting everything together. It was Warzone, it was campaign. Now it's going to be zombies, and I think multiplayer is just going to stay the way that it is, even though it still does all kind of connect, I guess. But it looks like maybe in the future you're going to be able to just download zombies by itself without having to maybe buy the whole game, and you can just buy battle passes and it's going to connect in the future. That's what I'm thinking. Is what the route that we're going down, just because Warzone was so successful. They would probably make more money. Let's say, if you think about it, if you buy a new Call of Duty every year, it's $60 plus the battle pass. But if you do a spin-off game with just battle passes, um, you charge $10 for the battle pass, but then you can buy skins and stuff like that. You're gonna make a lot more money, because right away some of the good skins are like $20. So they're gonna profit a lot better doing battle passes plus skins and bundles and stuff like that. Because in 1 month you could spend probably like $50 or $60 on the new skins. Whereas the old way was like $60 plus the season pass. You're spending $100 a year, whereas you can potentially spend probably up to $100 in a month. So that looks like what they're going to do is spin off their own game, kind of like what they did with Warzone. I think that's pretty much it. I will see you